Welcome to the PCV Views. We will discuss today about what's going on in our neighboring state and some important events in Bangladesh. Today's our guest is Farhad Hussain from Dhaka and Iftikhar Ahmed from Dhaka, and I'm from United States of America. We know there are some gunfire and violence i- intensified in Paul East, Manipur, on a Christmas day. Violence escalating day by day. Manipur Chief Minister Byron Singh urged a central force and the state police to act against this cookie militant. What do you think, Farhad Bhai, what's going on in Manipur? Because it's on a Christmas day, and right after Christmas Day, and the gunfire is going on day and night. What's going on in there?
Thank you, Patan Bhai. Thank you for inviting me exactly in your prestigious show in PCB News. And I'd like to congratulate you
Thank you.
today that your PCB online media is getting reputation day by day. And also in Dhaka, your channel has been a buzzword to take the concern of the global matters and particularly the situation prevailing between India and Bangladesh and the movements and revolting activities going on, particularly in Manipur right now. And yes, your question is very important and very pragmatic, particularly in this situation that is currently going on in Manipur. And even in the Christmas day, you know that gunfire is exchanging between the two ethnic conflicting groups, like Meithei and Kuki. Even this Christmas day is not spared at all. What does it mean? It means that the situation is going to be intensified and very deep day by day. And the law enforcing agency in the state level is not capable enough to take any sort of control over the prevailing conflicting situation. Even by this time, the Union force had been deployed, but Union force is found to be failed, and that is why the Delhi government is taking a serious concern on the daily basis. And I think that yeah, that a considerable number of Christian people are living in Manipur, and in the Christian Christmas day, in the Christmas day, the situation gunfire is not stopped. Even it has been newly erupted, which exactly indicates the grievous position and the situation of Manipur. And you know that I had watched the television speech of Manipur's Chief Minister Biren Singh. In his speech, he is continuously blaming the previous Congress government, and particularly he mentioned the name of Chidambaram, who was the former Union Minister of Manipur. Sorry, who was the Union Minister of the central government with the portfolio of
In Delhi.
home.
Mhm.
This man, this Chidambaram once visited Manipur. He invited a leader, according to the Chief Minister Biren Singh, that Chidambaram, as the Union Home Minister, invited a Myanmar person uh, whose name is, that I'd like to mention his name. Very important. His name should be mentioned here. He is uh, he is Gwiti.
Mhm.
Gwiti is, as according to Biren Singh, I have come to know that he is the chairman of Mojo Revolutionary Group,
Okay.
and he is a man of Myanmar. According to him, Chidambaram invited him, and when he stepped in the soil of Manipur, the conflicting situation between the two ethnic groups of Manipur, like Meithei and Kuki, really started. So, Biren Singh, having the background of BJP, you know,
Hmm.
He is continuously blaming the previous government, Congress government.
Congress
It
government.
means that Biren Singh does not like to shoulder the responsibility on his shoulder, or he does not
Byron Singh was
exactly.
in Washington D.C. Last month, and now we see a lot of civilians. They are moving from Manipur, Imphal East to another areas. If I show you a video clip, then you can explain it much better. Uh, Farad, would you give me a second? Then I will show
Okay,
you.
okay,
I'll,
okay, sure,
I will
sure, sure,
show
sure,
you that the video clip.
sure.
Here it is. So I showed you that video clip for this video clip from yesterday, and a lot of civilians they are moving. You saw that in a picture on a video. And a lot of people are moving from Impal East to the other region. And central government, we see the pictures of a lot of military force. They are more going toward Manipur and Assam. Assam is also in other end. Mizoram is in the other end. The Arunachal Pradesh is in the other end. What's going on in this the whole region?
What I have seen, the revolutionary groups or the conflicting groups are using very sophisticated arms, and they are firing recklessly. And this morning, I have found that some vehicles are found to be dislocated from the main roads,
Right.
and
Oh,
everyday
burn
people are
down.
killed and losing their lives. And as I have come to know, the two particular villages have already gone to the conflicting situation. Gunfire is being exchanged still now. And Sanasabi, one of the village, and another is Tamana Popki,
Right.
Tamana Poppi. Very difficult name to be pronounced.
It's
The
an
tribal name,
east of Impal.
yeah, these villages belong to East Imphal, very adjacent to the capital city. So the
And also
situation is
the border
very,
of Myanmar.
and I think that gradually the capital city Imphal is being curbed under the attack. That is very important. So you know that Manipur once upon a time was the part of Assam, including Mizoram.
Right.
You know,
Hmm.
and the inflaming situation, particularly we have seen due to the conflict going on over almost a year. That might be exactly create a very deep impact to spread it out almost all seven sisters or eight sisters. That will be a serious challenge, definitely, to the Union Government of India, because Kashmir is an unsettled matter, and every day on the daily basis, bombardment and procession demonstrations are going on, participated by the common people of Kashmir for their self-determination, which had been given under Article 370, and that was declined and revocated by Modi government. I think that Modi government is taking so many steps which exactly inflaming the situation and which is seriously a risk matter to the concern of the union government, Delhi. This is very, very important.
Amit Shah came last month in Manipur and assured that there won't be any instability in Manipur. But what we see on a Christmas day, it started again. What do you think about the central government? What they're thinking?
I think that Amit Shah's visit could not create any sort of positive impact because Amit Shah has already developed an image which is, I would like to say, which is not non communal but absolutely communal. I'd like to remember his deliberate and categorical comments on NRC regarding NRC, which was very
Mm.
rude comment.
All right.
NRC, National Registration of the
And
Certificate of Citizenship and the Registration of Citizenship. And
citizenship.
these comments, he made so many loose comments which created a certain kind of apprehension among the people, and who exactly made a stamp that he was not a he is not a communal non-communal figure, a central minister who is in charge of home. He
Mhm.
has visited Manipur, but this man exactly could not create any sort of positive impact since he has been tagged with a kind of communal exactly image. This is very important. And Christmas Day, that exchange of gun firing, they do not, Manipuri people do not show any sort of honor or respect to the visit of or to the presence of Amit Shah in the soil of Manipur.
I'll come back to you, Faradhay, about how you see if Manipur, Kashmir, Assam, Arunachal, and Khalistan, if they all started and fight against the central government force, then what's going to happen? How the foreign policy and domestic policy is going to impact on Delhi? I'll come back to you after Iftikhar Azim Ahmed. I'm going to show you, Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed, a video clip about Bangladesh. The fire is all over. In Bangladesh and Secretariat, we have seen the fire in a Christmas day. I will play a video clip, and then I'll play that video clip, and then I'll come back to you and ask you the question. What do you think about all of a sudden we see the fire is in the most important office, the highest office of Bangladesh. Okay, what do you think about what's going on a Christmas Day, middle of the night? About 600 security officer works in the secretariat, the
Mhm.
topmost government office of Bangladesh. Middle of the night, there are some security officers been in there. Mm, Now it is a winter time. There are no air condition on running and no lights, no fan. We can tell that the load is almost zero. Only the hallway lights been on. Being in that situation, would you say that this is a short circuit? Are there any chance to claim it is a short circuit?
They did not find any proof of short circuit over there. It can be a controlled, like you pull out the building in USA, put it down all the way from top to down. You know, you call it pull out in your term, controlled demolition. So it is, I should say, it is controlled fire. My one question to every audience's question should be, I should say,
So it is a sabotage.
yes, this is sabotage. It's not only in that building that caught fire, the other building where the secretary used to stay, they caught that place also caught fire.
The
So what
residence
was
of the residence of our secretary.
yes?
Okay.
How come this fire went 3 kilometers away? Is it a magical fire? Saboteurs have a lot of plans against our country and our nation, but we have nothing to do and nothing to say right now. But I have some questions that I would like to say that about this corrupt. What about the files over there? Whose documents are there that need to be burned to erase all the proof to go for any kind of legal system, legal action against them? Like one, Padma Bridge papers were there. Another one is Rupur nuclear power plant. Okay. And number two, number three is that the previous regimes, I should say, Sheikh Hasina's niece, Julie Siddiqui in UK. She is currently serving as, let me see, she's currently serving as, wait, write down. Oh, Treasury Economy Secretary in British House of Commons. We have seen her obnoxious behavior towards the Channel 4 journalist few years back. Almost she was about to beat her up. Hmm. This is not the typical British behavior that we see every day. But it has been proved that there was a 3.9 billion British sterling pound corruption she has taken from as commission from Kremlin. And the picture,
FBI also claiming that there are some $300 million been corruption been claimed by
yeah,
FBI, that previous prime minister and his son been involved with that. Do you know about
that
that?
is, yeah, I'm just quite aware of that. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. Nothing, you will find more when you go deep.
So you were telling us that the because of this all the commission they've been looking for all the documents from
Yeah.
secretariat. That's the reason they caught fire. They put someone all the criminals they set off fire and the secretariat. That's your
Who
claim.
has given this picture that the whole secretariat, who are running the secretariat, who are in charge of the country's heart,
There
basically?
was nobody even that night because
No. How come?
That was Christmas Day on a Christmas
But
Eve.
what happened to in your news there? I can see that 18 fire units. They are there are many fire units inside the secretary, close by secretary. Where were they? Why it took so much time to climb 8th floor? There was a dog. There was a robotic devices also they found. Where it came from? I want to know. You have any idea? Button by. Can you explain?
Usually dog squad used by the law enforcement agents, and
Yes.
especially on a canine. As much
Mhm.
as I know, they say canine they use the dog squad. So it should be. It's your opinion. You tell me how the dog is climb all the way up to eighth floor, seventh floor. Uh,
Intentionally, a dog will
does it
never climb.
does the dog know about how to operate that elevator?
Oh, certainly not. They have taken her to the elevator and put it inside the room and intentionally maybe burn it. But there's
The dog was
somebody,
dog wasn't that smart. He knows how to climb, how to use the elevator, but he doesn't know how to escape from that room.
okay, so sad. You can't burn any animal, even according to our religion, Islam also. We are not allowed to burn a single ant also, no matter what happens. A living animal cannot be burnt alive, period. But here we see a lot of things happen. The most of the things that the important documents were burned. Which documents are there? These are documents I have mentioned. Those are there.
Vidya murder,
Everything, everything,
the Padda Bridge,
everything. Can you see
Rupur nuclear
CBI?
power plant.
Everything, everything was there. 2013, brother. 2013. Huh? 2013 was the year Tulip Siddiqui visited Kremlin. 2013, when Hafazat murder took place. Huh? Just few years before that, the Vidya killing took place. Who are behind this? It's open secret. I don't have to open my mouth. It's open secret. Everybody knows. Even a class six grade people knows.
Let's
Even a rich people in my country knows.
let's look after what's the report is going to come out
Yes,
very soon.
we have to look for the report.
Hopefully this report is going to come out very soon. we're not going to say anything about the investigation. What
No,
about the report come out? We will discuss right after the investigation report.
correct.
What do you think about the current government? We see a lot of people being proposed to be in right after the new year. There's some newcomer is going to be in a advisor committee. We hear a
Yeah,
lot of
that
names.
I have seen that news that the who, but nobody knows who is going to be the next, who will replace whom, who will be replaced by whom. No, no news about that.
कुछ कुछ
It's
करो.
just assumption. When it will be declared by the current regime, then we'll say, okay, it's done. Before that, we cannot say anything in advance right now, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
What do you
one thing I should say that I was discussing with you before that the previous regime, when this lady left, the casino, she has left only 10% of the requirements of the nation. What are the 10% requirements? In the government, they go down. That only what's that called? It's written down somewhere. This is everyday requirement is what? Sugar, salt, and wheat, rice, and other things. 90% of those things were there in the stock and it has been given away. That's why you can hear that they said, whoever loudly said, we need the current Prime Minister to be there every year. Sheikh Hasina Sarkar bar bar darkar. Whoever pronounced it loudly in the cabinet, they can be involved in this thing. That is that saying not by me. This is the saying of a when I was drinking coffee by the side of the street. That time a person was telling. So if this is the saying of them, what the higher people are thinking, you tell me.
But the Yunus government, they open a new market, a new supplier like
Yes.
Pakistan, Indonesia, Thailand. Now we can hear the Egypt. And they will supply potatoes, onions, and the other commodities. Like sugar is going to come
Yes.
from not only from India but other country. So if the supply get option, if we got more option to buy from, then there'll be competitive market. It don't be any monopoly business, just like India, what we did the last 15 years.
Actually, a long time ago, when there was no problem with Myanmar, we could have we could get some import from Myanmar also. And there was no initiative from that previous regime. Even I myself tried to take initiative, I miserably failed. No, it has to come from India. And unfortunately, I have no connection with India. So now we are in a position that we got a lot of suppliers, many sellers. We are the
It's
buyer
not
of
only
the.
the India supplied that our
No.
commodities.
And in the morning newspaper, I was saying that, or in the YouTube, there is a news that how much rotten the Indian onions got now, and also the potatoes. So they say maximum 2 more weeks, then there will be nothing left. So agitating something and keeping showing hatred towards us, what this Modi regime gave, I want to know. Hey, that joker, or what's that called? Mayuk Ranjan.
Mayuk Ranjan.
Oh God, God bless Bangladesh. So what he was telling, so much obnoxious comment passing that our Dr. Yunus is shaking in fear. Not from Modi, but by looking at Mayuk Ranjan.
Now he's
What
not secure in his own house. How he's going to
no,
secure Bangladesh?
has he lost his mind? Is this journalism? If this is another is Kolkata dialogue, if you find out. Audience, I would request you go to Kolkata dialogue and please search there in the YouTube channel. You will be seeing that how much the people of West Bengal hates us now. The general Bangladeshi will take what picture? You tell me, Patan bhai. There we Bengal become divided in 1905. That's for nothing. It was required. Even Rabindranath Tagore never liked us. Why we paid to make the national anthem like this? His anthem. Whoever claimed that this anthem should be changed, sorry, no offense to anybody. And he was put to behind bars for the time being. Because Rabindranath Tagore, if you go to the poem, after 100 years, what will happen? Actually, that carried some message. And Victoria Memorial Hall was supposed to be in Dhaka. It was not supposed to be in Calcutta, but they put it in Calcutta. And this, our students, the new generation, salute to them again. I'm an old man now. So I'm telling you, which this Lord Curzon Hall you are staying over there, this Lord Curzon Hall would not be there if you was not somebody over there to take care of
Salute
that
to
sort of thing.
Karjan Hall.
Yes, salute once again.
Salute to Karjan. Lord
Yes.
Karjan.
Lord Curzon, he was very much, he was affirmative. No, I will make it in Dhaka. That's a days to call Dhaka. So I will make it in Dhaka, but I will not take it to Calcutta. Because compared to Lord Curzon Hall, Victoria Memorial Hall is a robust thing. And all the things in West Bengal, all the things in West Bengal, are we their slaves? The way Mayukranjan and other treats us in West Bengal, it's not acceptable for us. We
Mayuk
consider
Ranjan
them as
thinks
brother.
Mayuk Ranjan thinks still it is 19th century
Yeah.
because at that period of time, the low caste people used to live in this region. Uh,
Hmm.
and now still he's thinking that our education and our knowledge is still in there in the 19th century or 18th century. We are way advanced than that period of time now, and we are Bangladeshi now. Uh,
We are Bangladeshi.
I'll come back to you. I will have a question to I'll have a question to Farhad Bhai. What do you think, Farhad Bhai? If there is, there are some problem in Kashmir, there are problem in Punjab about the Khalistani people. The problem is in Arunachal and Manipur. If the supply chain, Assam, they cut off this supply chain, and do you think is this kind of movement is going to expose to the other state as well?
Thank you for it. It's a very burning question. Uh, Inflaming the movement, revolt, it we cannot exactly make the prediction, but we can assume something. What India is facing today is should be noticed or should be considered with an alarming condition. I think that many states or several states are being encouraged over the years. Especially, I'd like to mention about Kashmir, and I have given a particular narratives about Kashmir in your show few days ago. I
Right.
exactly mentioned the history. I mentioned the history, what is the root of present happening. And now it is extremely seen in Manipur because of the ethnic conflict. Assam is not happy, Nagaland is not happy, Mizoram is not happy. And few years ago, or a couple of years ago, there was a conflict exactly taking place between two ethnic groups, the Bengali people and the that hilly people of Tripura. So more or less, you will find the unrest situation almost in every seven sisters. And sorry, you know that uh, another small state whose head of the state was Lindu Darji,
Sikkim.
Sikkim.
Sikkim. You know, Sikkim had been annexed with Indian Union territory in 1974. And it has been said that Lindu Dorji, out of a good faith or willingness, he exactly expressed a desire to to incline his country or kingdom, small kingdom, to the union territory of India. But I do not agree with this. So far, my knowledge goes, he was facing a continuous pressure from New Delhi because small, and he could not exactly persist or defend this continuous pressure from central government of New Delhi for the annexation of this small Himalayan kingdom, Sikkim. And finally, when Lindu Durji found it impossible for him exactly to defend this kind of pressure from the central government of India, he exactly saved himself, come to a decision to the accession of his small kingdom, Sikkim. His wife, his British wife, a foreigner, Lindu Durji's wife was a foreigner. She exactly had given a counsel to her husband that he should exactly save himself and his family members from this sort of continuous pressure. And Lindu Durji exactly agreed to the accession of Sikkim to the Union territory of India. So the common people are not mentally prepared still today to accept the hegemony of India. In this, they liked to exactly live in a very separate state identity with their separate language, history, heritage, and national identity. But now it has been eclipsed. And I think that every people of Sikkim has got a kind of pangs and sufferings because of their losing their own identity and declining their position in respect of culture, history, and heritage. One day they will find that their national identity will be eclipsed forever and completely assimilated with the stream of Indian culture. So, and the story of Anup Chatia. Anup Chatia has created political life, but the common people of Assam, what is the condition, mental condition, or
Ulfa,
mental preparation of Assam?
Farhan, Ulfa is a very strong militant. That was like
A
four or
mental
five
group,
years
yeah,
ago.
Ulfa, and it is still being alive in Assam and Nagaland. I exactly I watched an interview of Naga leader once upon a time in a television interview, and he expressed his strong resentment against Indian government, and he mentioned it very clearly that Indian Union government does not have any minimum right exactly to make the continuation of Nagaland to the state life of Union territory of India. They don't like
Mm,
this at all. So each and every state national leaders of the northeast states of India are not prepared exactly to continue their state life anymore to the union territory of or to be annexed or to be continued with as the union territory of India. So
mhm,
constant resentment is a problem. Yes, India could exactly subjugate them, control
mhm,
them,
mhm.
and make them surrogate. Everything can be done by the power of the union force. But how far it will be possible in their part exactly to bring this exactly uh, to continue this sort of massive control over the seven sisters, you know, against the will of the people. It is a question,
So
and
it
I
is
think
it
that
is it is a big challenge for BJP government.
definitely,
BJP.
if this revolting is if this revolt is going to be sparkled almost in every seven sister, that will be a huge challenge, particularly in context of or in respect of the security of the union government. Union government will go under the compulsion to deploy huge forces in every northeast states.
Not
You
only
know,
North, how about the Northwest and Kashmir and Punjab?
and you know that, yeah, and I'm coming to the point, and you know that this project will cost heavy loss, financial loss for Indian government. It will be a challenge, particularly to bear the expenditure of the defense cost by the Union government. Now come, you know that the border between Pakistan and India is not a sound border. You know that,
Okay.
and we have found that surgical operation is a very common picture. Surgical operation along the border of Kashmir.
Kashmir, right?
Barmulla and other villages, surgical operation we have found previously.
Azad
Which
Kashmir
is
and Jammu Kashmir, they've been fighting all day long.
and all the surgical operations from both sides is definitely a very serious tangible threat to the security, particularly to India.
Right.
Only, and Pakistan is a country which has become a very common hostile country to India, no doubt about it, in every aspect. And there is a particular, irritating existence of China having a long border. And not only that, more than 200, more than 2,100 tangible border. That is the border of tangible trade, LAC, line of actual control, been continued.
LOC.
That between India and China. It is an alarming and constant threat to Indian authority, Indian central government, as well as exactly the Indian portion of land adjacent to Chinese border.
So you
So
think that this Modi government, they made all his neighbors as an enemy? Like China is other end in Ladakh. They are in the same situation.
in Ladakh, there is a very vulnerable situation, particularly for India.
All right.
For
So
India, and
so
Aksai Chin has been taken. Aksai
all around India, I see in the north, west, east, everywhere, and they are all unrest because of
North
this Modi government.
Northwest, Northwest is a silent, constant unrest zone, particularly for India,
Hmm.
because China definitely is militarily superior. In
All right.
respect of defense, China is much more superior to India. It is a
Mhm.
fact. Either India admit it or not does not matter. Chinese air force is stronger than India. Chinese land force is enormous and greater in number than India. Chinese navy is stronger for several times than India. So all these things are the negative points, you know, particularly for India. So India should have a particular matured foreign policy in order to maintain the tranquil situation with the neighboring countries. But I think that Modi and his government is totally upset with a particular issue, that is Hindutva, which is killing the spirit of Indian unity. No doubt about it. In the 21st century, that Hindutva, a kind of sentiment, cannot be appreciated because liberalism and secularism is a very important thing for the modern states, particularly in 21st century. 21st century's demand is very clear. 21st century's demand is very flat, that liberalism and secularism for the state life is very important to be appreciated to the international arena, no doubt about it. But I think that India, under the flag or banner of Narendra Modi, is exactly Narendra Modi is declining the spirit, liberalism and secularism, which was the spirit particularly invested in Indian Constitution, which was adopted in 1950, and the stalwart leaders and patriotic leaders of India who fought against British for Indian independence exactly advocated liberalism and secularism in the constitution. Though the secularism in the initial stage of the adoption of the constitution in 1950 was not endorsed, but later on, that it was exactly encouraged in the constitution of India. But I think that under Modi's administration, the spirit is being declined day by day, and the people of India, particularly in respect of religion, are being otherized by the eyes of Modi's government, which cannot be appreciated at all with the sentiment, secular sentiment or liberal sentiment of 21st century.
I'll come back to you, Farhad Bhai, about what do you think about the Afghanistan Taliban and Pakistan military, their exchange also fire on a western border of Pakistan. I'll come back to you that question. You would answer that. But now I'll go to Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed. Delhi parts industry, they claim yesterday they will not supply any parts to Bangladesh. Do you think that all the farmers in Rajasthan and West Bengal, how they are suffering now not to export their onion and potatoes to Bangladesh? Do you think the same scenario you will see in that parts industry in Delhi?
Isn't that evident?
Delhi's one.
I just came to know this morning that I just came to know this morning that Indian, I think Hyundai and other two companies, Maruti and other two companies have
Maruti and motorbike parts.
yeah, yeah, especially our motorbike, lot of motorbike parts are dependent on India. Hmm. So India is thinking that if they shut it down, we will be crippled. No, it is completely wrong theory.
Do they forget about how much we pay them for each bike? If we buy bike from another country, what's going to happen then?
Aren't we producing our own bike? Walton is producing. Other companies are producing over here. And whether if you go to some YouTube channel, you will see the Bangladeshi bikes are really appreciated by the Indians, even Pakistanis. We have to have something good in us which can be sold. And our parts and our quality is much, much superior than the Indian bike parts. Like HR, I believe that's Indian. The
Hero
bus
Honda,
producing, Honda, HR bus, and this when we go
KBS,
and I
some different names. So yeah, right.
look at Dhaka city. Dhaka city doesn't look like a Dhaka city. You have good, beautiful buildings, and in the middle of the building is all junkyard bars, 20, 30 years old. No headlight, no backlight, no indicator light, nothing is not there. Forget about the light. The thing over there is actually absolutely vacant. It was not put over there. How they drive at night, I don't know. So if these junkyards are closed, if they India says we will not give you, Alhamdulillah, thank God, we don't need it anymore. Because then we will be able to clean, as you said, garbage cleaning. These garbages will be cleaned, the new buses, new motorcycles, and everything will be replaced. The pollution will be less. Indian parts causes more pollution than the Bangladeshi parts. That's some experts were telling me the other day.
The
Yeah.
Thailand, they are making motorbike. Pakistan, they're
Very good.
making motorbikes. So we can open another market then.
What happened? Yes. We will focus now on our export. Whoever come over here from abroad to make a vlog, they ride our bike through the Pathao or Uber type bike ride. So they said, which country made this bike? They made in Bangladesh. Oh, very comfortable seat, very nice. So we have the eligibility to keep it, make it. So why can't we export it? India, I don't know why this Narendra Damodar Modi and his regime has taken a stance that we have to remain inferior, we have to be remain their slave, cannot do anything without them. It's a wrong concept, dear brother. It doesn't work nowadays.
So you think that would be another dagger on their chest?
Of course, weight our weight. You have a 50 kg weight scale. Now you will be putting 200 kg. How will you?
We are buyer. They're supposed to understand we are buyer. We can go anywhere as
We can.
it's our option.
Yeah.
Anywhere we buy cheaper and better product, we'll go there.
Hold on. Just a few minutes ago, I was mentioning about the rice, uh, salt, and sugar, and the government stock that has been kept at 10%. Now this is rising because the current Dr. Yunus's government, it is now filling up the gap. And it will take some time to fill up the gap. The new currency also come. You will see this year, next year. In advance, happy new year to you all and our audience as well.
So you think that all the farmers they will march to all the way to Delhi to fight against that Modi government
With
and look
hand
for
carry rickshaw, hand
right.
carry rickshaw.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The Narendra Modi, yeah, what Mayuk Ranjan said, we were moving towards no, not Mayuk Ranjan. I think it is Suvendu.
Shuvendu Adhikari.
Suvendu Adhikari. He said that 300,000 Bangladeshis will be moving with hand pulling rickshaws towards them.
We never
Hand
use
pulling,
hand pulled rickshaws in our
yeah,
country.
they have no idea about us at all. What you should know your enemy better than your friends, but you know nobody. This is called India.
They are dreaming.
They are
They are
dreaming.
dreaming.
Actually, they are living in fantasy land. What you said that to me the other day. Who makes the most movies in the world? Mm. Who got so much ideal time? Idle time, I should say, not ideal time. But my language. So many movies. They only win. Somebody say they only win in their movies, like the movie Border or something. But in real life, war is something different. Battle is something different. They cannot even win in Manipur. Why you are bringing only Manipur? There is also Mizoram, Patan Bhai. Mizoram, they are hiding the news. There is a news blackout over there. They are not saying anything. This did not start right away. Not now. Just Manipur has come to the picture. Violent scenes has emerged. That's what you are saying about those things. But what about
Correct.
few years back? Almost 10 years back.
Exactly.
Um, I think
Exactly.
the Home Minister, no, what's it called Mukhyamantri, what's it called? Chief Minister. A Chief Minister nephew was killed in Delhi in front of the public. He was stabbed to death. He said, I am not from China. The local people were saying, no, you are from China. You are not from India. He said, Eastern part people looks like Chinese. Is it our crime? We are born. God has made us this way. But then there was argument, and the local people stabbed him to death. Could
Mhm.
the chief minister of the did and I think Manipur or some other state I forgot could not do anything. So they will have a heartburn. So we do everything for this country. At the end of the day, they call us what China. They call us Chinese. We are not Chinese. So if you call us Chinese, then let us be rather with Chinese. Now the current regime is accusing China for supplying all the heavy armors to Manipur revolution.
So,
They're
if
saying they
Mr.
have,
Iftikhar Ahmed, you think that fireball is going to roll all over in Seven Sisters, and it's going to first roll
it
over
will
to
be,
Mizoram?
yes, it's just the beginning of an end.
Okay, thank
Tragic
you.
end.
I'm gonna ask Mr. Farhad Bhai, about your closing arguments, please.
And as Mithubai has given a very wonderful narrative and indicated something ominous to the Indian government regarding the present situation, particularly prevailing in Manipur, and it is going to be sparked in different parts of the Seven Sisters, you know. And you know that this will create under situation in East Punjab, belong to Indian Union territory. It might be happened. Khalistan movement might be exactly uprised once again, if I'm not wrong. So the present sentiment of Modi's government of India is creating a certain kind of situation that this government is pushing every smaller nations, smaller communities to a particular big force. And what is the big force or the biggest force in South Asia? That is China. Already, already it is assumed that the smaller neighboring countries are going to pave the way for getting the contact with China, and that will not create a particular happiness or happy experience for Indian Union government. You know that suppose if India stops their supply of garlic, onion, and other daily necessities, you know, in the long run, Bangladesh will exactly solve this problem, not taking much time. You know, in the 21st century's trading, global trade is not continued or confined to a particular state or particular nation. If a nation is facing particular impediment or intervention in supply from both sides, huh, this country or particular concerned country will try to get another pipeline from another nation. And you know that South Asian countries are agriculturally very fertile.
Very
They are
fertile, right?
capable enough exactly to produce the agricultural products which are very much necessary for Bangladesh. So if we are getting exactly impediments or any kind of impedimentings or intervention from Indian side for supply of daily necessities, Indian government will exactly find out another way to have another pipeline to get it very promptly, exactly to mitigate our demand.
So,
As I so
now we
I'm telling
see
you,
that all the farmers and the business owners in West Bengal and shop owners, they are blaming Shubhendu Adhikari and the Mayur Ranjan for their business losing business because none of Bangladeshi people are visiting India. What do you think that the BJP is going to lose more and more because of Shubhendu's that kind of propaganda?
let me have the time to talk about two leaders, as you have mentioned. One is Shubhendu Adhikari and another is Mayuk Ranjan. I think that they are not showing any responsibility of making their comments. They are making reckless comments every day, and which is creating a serious problems and spoiling the normal relations between the two neighboring countries.
I would say for the, I would say Mayur Ranjan is he's a clown.
So I think that the political leaders should not make this sort of irresponsible comments, spoiling the relations with neighboring countries. They should not be. And Shubhendu Adhikari was a seasoned politician. I saw his biography. He was
He
once
was in
upon
a
a time the
Trinamool
Congress
about
leader.
4 or 5 years ago.
His father was the Union State Minister. He took
Yeah,
birth in Manipur in 1970, very junior to us. But
Shishu Shishu
he
Adhikari.
yes, Shubhendu Adhikari, exactly. I think that he should he should exactly take a very considerable concern regarding making comment. He was the minister. He was Lok Sabha member. Now he is sitting in the opposition bench in Paschim Bongo Vidhan Sabha. So a leader like him should not make any reckless comment, which is spoiling the relation, very old relation between India and Bangladesh. I think that BJP government should take the concern about the comment of Shubhendu Adhikari because it will create not good, particularly for the union government and particularly for the government of Mamata Banerjee, since he is the leader exactly of West Bengal.
Mhm.
And the politician should not be blind, particularly towards the religious matter. Religion is a private matter to be practiced privately, but it should not be exactly germinated. This it should not be practiced in politics. If religion is practiced in politics, I think that state life will be hampered.
All
The
right.
citizen will exactly suffer. The vandalization of Babri Mosque exactly inspired many patriotic leaders of India, you know, and who is responsible for Mumbai attack.
Do you know for by that on Christmas Day
Now
there are some
let me
Hindus
clarify. Let me
there
clarify.
are some
Where,
Hindus they had a
let
slogan of Jai Sri Ram in a church.
no, let me finish one thing. Dawood Ibrahim is being accused for Mumbai attack, but Rajdeep Sardesai made the comment yesterday, day before yesterday, that when the cricket match was going on between India and Pakistan, Dawood Ibrahim was hoisting Indian flag, supporting India, you know, not Pakistan. But when Mosque was distracted and vandalized, his support to his own country had been withdrawn. So I think that the Union Government of India, BJP government, present BJP government should have high responsibility of treating the people, of treating neighboring countries. This is very, very important. Now, sir, let me have your question. What are you asking me? Please repeat.
Oh, I was asking that that is the reason when West Bengal BJP been losing their seat of in the when they had a election last year. Now Congress they are gaining their seat and 240. They've been expecting like 400 seats in the last election. So what do you think about the future of BJP now?
The tendency and sentiment going on in the political leaders, some political leaders in BJP extremely exposing is not good. I think that the future of BJP politics in West Bengal will be exactly will face so many difficulties, and
Not
I'll
only
not be
West Bengal.
surprised.
What do you think about
I'll,
in
I'll,
Delhi?
I'll not be surprised to see if BJP will be wiped out from the political life of West Bengal in the impending days.
It's going to happen the same time CPM.
CPM is a highly declining. You know, there are so many
Is,
reasons for this. See, a CPM was not exactly interested in developing industries, you know, and they have got some particular philosophy. And I don't like to criticize socialism or or communism, but uh, socialism and communism, they should have a particular change to adjust themselves with the present trend of politics, not only in national level but also in international level. I
Mhm.
think that there is some orthodox sentiment I have found from the communist leader of India, and that is why they have been facing continuous declining in their political position.
Okay. Thank you very much, Farad Bhai. Thank you, Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed, for your time and all the very good discussion that we did. Near future, we're going to come back again. Assalamu alaikum and have a good night. Thank you. Thank you for your participation.
Walaikum assalam. Very good show.
Thank you. Thank you.